What a drag it is getting old.
At the end of the day, it's because we're the aged artists, right?
Well, we are, but we're making a show for other.
Absolutely.
This is for the community of aged artists.
Absolutely. But it doesn't mean that everything we always talk about will necessarily be focused in 100% on that.
No, but it's from the perspective of an aged artist.
Yeah.
It's from the perspective of an aged artist. So anything we talk about is from that perspective. And that's why it's called, that's why this is the show title. Plus, as you know, it was available.
Do you want? No, I love the aged artist. I just don't want to be tied into something where you have to always just focus on that. So I like the fact we talk about workers and shit as well and all that stuff.
That's a part of being an aged artist.
Absolutely.
We're two different people with two different points of view on many things and a lot of the same points of view on other things.
Aged or aged?
So originally I was thinking aged artist, and then you said aged artist, which I thought was better because aged sounds like agent. You know. So
we can maybe discuss that the whole way through for the next 3 years. That'd be quite interesting.
That'd be very interesting. And let me make it very clear that we are sitting at the Tasty Pasty, which is a British, what do you call it? A British, it's not a coffee house, but you can have coffee here.
It's like a cafe.
It's a cafe. It's like a British themed cafe here in Cologne, Germany, where we live.
Have we started?
Oh, we've been started.
Is that, we're looking at that one, right?
You can look wherever you want.
And you can look at that one? And that one won't see me.
You did not? Maybe. No. But this one's really on me.
Cool.
This one's really on you.
So, right, what are we here for? Who are we?
My name is Gene Stovall, ex-Gene Pool, because I used to be Gene Pool. So now the name has become Gene Stovall, ex-Gene Pool. Just so everyone is clear. Because we live in a society now where you have to break everything down to the bare bone almost to the marrow, almost to like, you get it. And this is the owner of this fine British cafe delicacy shop. His name is Daniel Geal.
Oh my word, he pronounced it correctly.
Finally, I did my homework. Why don't you speak to them about being an aged artist?
Well, we're sitting here in Cologne, Germany. It's 2022.
Yeah.
I am Daniel Geal. This is Gene Stovall, as he's already said. I'm from the UK. I'm from Brighton.
Let's speak about Brighton a little bit.
Well, we'll do that in a minute. But where are you from? Say where you're from.
I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Right, so we've got two different people here, two different directions that we've both landed here in Cologne. We've been here for quite a long time. We've built our lives here. We're building our lives here.
Yeah.
Or our lives, let's say, are currently here.
Yeah, and I just got here. So.
Oh, really? I thought you were here for like ages. Because you get a little bit boring and stuff.
Right.
Right.
Agent.
So, we have known each other for a few years. Gene here is a musician, I would say. Would you how you describe yourself, or is it more?
More of like a personality. I'm like a personality guy. I'm like a person with a personality.
Oh wow, there's not many of those.
But I also make music, and I sing some songs, tell some stories,
Produce music,
do some raps, make some raps, eat raps. My favorite's a tuna wrap. I love tuna. But I also like chicken. What do you like, Daniel?
Oh, I like peace and quiet.
You would?
Yeah.
Because you're old.
Yeah.
He's older than me.
Takes one to know one. So, I am, what am I? Well, officially I'm what you call a copywriter. I do advertising things. But I'm more than that because life's too short, in my opinion, to do one thing.
I'm a copywriter, but I'm more than that.
Yeah, I run a little agency. I have this cafe. I am what you call a singer-songwriter as well.
As a singer-songwriter.
I find that very hard to say those words because I do write lyrics and I then sing them, and that makes you a singer-songwriter.
If you write songs, you're a singer-songwriter.
Yeah, but basically we are both artists in whichever way, not just piss artists. We have a variety of ways of being art, but we are artists, and we are over 40.
That's right. And proud.
They don't believe that. They thought we were only like 20, 25.
They think I'm 50, but it's cool.
Right.
No, sometimes.
So we're both over the age of 40. I'm actually 45, and this man is
45.
Look at that. So it's as if we could have planned that, couldn't we?
We did.
So,
We actually did plan that.
Yeah. And we've got this idea of a podcast where we're going to discuss life
And death.
from the perspective of
The aged artist.
the aged artist, us, but also for
You.
the aged artists.
That's right, that's you.
You, and even the ones who aren't yet aged, because one day they might be.
Are we coining the phrase aged to be an artist in their 40s?
Well, let's just say the whole reason for this is that when you're an artist of some kind,
Yeah.
it's obviously connected to creativity. And our experiences have been that the older you get, often the less you're seen as being creative or able to be creative. And we're here to show that's a complete load of bollocks.
That's right.
Beep! Am I allowed to say that?
I think you can curse on YouTube.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, it's a complete load of bollocks.
Wherever this is streaming.
You're either creative or you're not.
This is going to stream on WeTransfer.
So what we're going to do is we're going to discuss a whole load of interesting topics about the whole, what it means to be creative, about the creative process, about our experiences, and then we're going to get interviewing. Might as well be here, or be somewhere else, be out and about. We're going to be interviewing other creatives to get their opinions and their input on these things. And we believe that I see it in advertising. Anything over the age of 50, and get the young ones. You get the young ones, and they're more creative. Well, they've got less experience, and they're not
Younger people are sexier.
and they're cheaper, is what it is. But anyway,
And cheaper.
yeah. Well, man,
Wow, you can't say that, man.
So we're going to see where this goes. We quite like the idea of this. Hopefully you will, and hopefully maybe this is the first of many. What we're going to do, I've done a bit of talking here.
Oh,
but,
you're the host.
we're,
I'm the co-host.
we're the hosts.
You're the host.
Well, I'm the co-host.
I'm like the guy that comes to visit.
We're co-hosts, man. Don't get out of this now just because you think this is a shit idea. So, what we're also going to do a bit further down the line is we're going to maybe actually produce some of our own music to accompany
okay,
this.
here's the thing. This is definitely going to happen. There's no maybes about
You know
this.
me.
I am producing an album for this man.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's an 80s album that I'm going to get him to try to produce on his own while I'm watching, and then I'll take credit for the production.
Yeah.
That's how it's going down.
And I'll take all the money for the lyrics and for the singing. That's right, yeah. And then I'll give him like a little
Rick
donation.
Rubin does it all the time.
Yeah. So we're going to see where it goes. It's quite interesting. And the other thing I would say is it doesn't need to be just about getting older and whatever, but there's so much to be said about that in this industry that we think it's going to be enough.
And I can't wait to interview you about it because I know there's just so much, so much to say about getting older. I don't feel it so much because I do feel. I mean, I'm 45. I feel 45. I think 45 because I was 16 in '93. I mean, that means something.
Yeah.
I had some of the best music to listen to as a young person. But it might be my generation is the reason why it got so bad and why it's getting worse. Or is it? It could be getting better. It all depends. It all depends on how you see it.
Well.
It's all subjective. Subjective.
Yeah. So, all this, I don't know, is there a lot to be left to be said in this particular, in this little introduction?
Well, this is the introduction, so we are basically just introducing ourselves to you.
Yeah.
We want you to know who we are and the fact that we're going to be doing this podcast. I mean, basically, no matter what it's called, the idea of it is that there's two creative people. Maybe we're not the best at what we do. Maybe whatever. We breathe. So we live, so we express through art, and we're here to talk about it because we're old and we're getting pissed off. No. We are a little bit pissed off.
We're not old.
And no, we're getting old, and we are old, and we're not young anymore, and we'd like to talk about it to other people who want to hear about it. There's people who are frustrated and they're on their way to work in the mornings and they want to hear somebody talk about this shit, and we're going to talk about it. Over coffee or tea or afternoon tea.
I have got a cup of tea.
He has tea and I have coffee because I'm from America and he's from Great Britain.
Which is actually a load of crap because I drink coffee a lot. But that's a nice cup of tea.
Only the Brits drink tea. And only Americans drink coffee.
Only the Brits drink tea.
That's the only way I've ever understood it.
I had a cup of tea. Anyway, as you can see, perhaps we're not the most sane of people, and we hope that will encourage you to keep watching this.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Just entertainment.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it for me. So on behalf of my co-host Daniel Giles,
and on behalf of my co-host Jim Hovell.
that is my new name, Jim Hovell.
Let's see where this goes. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Should we give them a song to say goodbye?
Oh, it's probably already cutting into the longest. Or do you want to end with the longest winding road?
No.
Because we're gonna our intro, of course, was performed by the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
We don't have permission, so you can't hear it. We will probably do something.
We've already got an idea we're going to cut into this afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoyed your time. We're about to watch this as a television program.
Yeah.
So
we're just so going to laugh, aren't we? No. All right. Let's see where it goes. Take care out there. Stay young.
Stay old. And stay aged.
Just stay alive, for Christ's sake.
Stay alive.
Stay alive.
Stay alive.
Who cares what age you are? Just be alive.
Just be alive. Stay aged. Stay alive.
I will say one thing before, and based on that, is that a few years ago I went on a mountain bike ride with my mate Ed. Hello, Ed Murphy.
What's up, Ed Murphys?
We Murphy. He's not got your split personality.
Why can't we be Murphys?
It sounds like a drug, doesn't it?
Murphys.
Murphys. Oh, go out and get myself some Murphys.
That's the drug you sell.
Oh man.
Don't watch this, police officers.
Anyway, so we were going on the South Downs Way, which links sort of Winchester to Eastbourne on the south coast of the UK. Beautiful, very beautiful, very underrated, very beautiful. We have to do it. We can maybe do part of an interview along there. So, and we managed after like 2 days to. I don't know how long it took, but a couple of days we got through to the second section.
Whoa.
And we were like, yeah, man, we're doing this. We're going to complete this in 3 days. Some people complete it in 1 day. It's like ridiculous. It's like 90 miles.
And this is
about
on
120 kilometres on a mountain bike, off-road, but it goes up and down.
Off-road mountain bike.
Yeah. Anyways, we were just trying to get fit. And at some point, these guys just sped past us. And we were like, wow, look at them quick. Look at their expensive bikes. Bam. And we... what do you say? Meandered? No, that's walking, isn't it? But we carried on, moosied on.
I like the term meandered.
We moosied on down or whatever, and then I think that was just before Ed had his accident where his brakes didn't work. That's irrelevant. He's alive. I've got video footage of that. I might add that in. We'll cut that in at some point. Him laying on the floor. Then I'm not telling you.
You're gonna have to sign the papers and have him like.
Yeah, he's cool. That's good.
Oh. Okay.
All right. So anyway, and then we met these 2 guys again who had gone past us. They're like 70 years old.
No.
They're in the 70s.
They're from Germany?
No, they're all Brits, mate.
Oh.
And they were like so effing fit, I tell you. And they were going uphill quicker than we were going downhill. I tell you. Well, apart from Ed, his brakes didn't work. But, sorry Ed, it's so funny. Anyway, and that's the first moment where I was like, wow, man. Sort of like, age is actually a bit of an excuse sometimes, isn't it? Because they chose to stay fit and keep fit and to do that at the age of 70. And many of us would go, well, 70, well, I won't be able to do that when I'm 70.
Well, you got to remember that a third of their body has probably also been replaced by younger parts.
Maybe.
He knows.
Maybe.
He knows.
We're British, we're all like, it's all purity. One doesn't replace one's body.
I mean, you can regenerate it. I mean, how far can you go with your cold?
You're right. That's a very interesting perspective. I never saw them walk, to be honest. They might be just on bikes because maybe it's part of their body.
It could be.
Maybe they couldn't
At this point in time. At this point in time.
I think even when we spoke to them, they were leaning against the fence, on their bikes. It's probably bionic men.
Droids, like droid technology.
No.
They're built in to their bikes.
Oh, that's amazing.
They're like bikemen.
Is that the future? Is that the future of...
We live in the future now. If you're 70 years old and you find yourself
On YouTube, I'd be
attached to a
amazed.
bike,
Oh, sorry. What's that?
if you live on your bike, then you're a bikeman.
I can see the advert now. Feel attached to your bike. Want it to be permanent.
See?
Oh,
That's
good.
copyrighted.
That's what we're doing. We're
101.
creative. We're creatives. Yeah. All right. Good.
Feels good to be creative.
Still, that idea will suit you. So, thanks a lot for listening. We have lots of this.
You've done a great job today, Daniel.
So have you, Jim.
Thanks. On behalf of Jim and Daniel,
It's life, Jim. But not
we've
as we
done
know
it.
it. Yeah.
We've done it.
Take
All
care. Bye.
See ya.
Do you think anyone's going to watch it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it. That's at least one view.
I want a cup of tea.
Ed, can you describe what just happened, mate?
Well, it was quite an exciting downhill bit.
That was that bit up there, yeah. And I was coming down thinking it's a bit airy. There's a motorway there and a thing there, and I think we need to stop at some point.
Yeah.
And I didn't even notice you, but then I thought, where's Ed stop then? And I noticed you on the floor. What happened then exactly?
Brakes, really.
Did you go into like the bit of mud or what?
No, I just didn't stop.
Were you going too fast, basically?
Well, for a long time, I was slowing, and then I didn't slow enough.
So you steered it into the fence?
Yeah, which
It was a good
quite
idea.
A bit of damage to.
Yeah, but if not, you would have steered into the motorway. So.
Let's have a little look then,
Do you want a hand?
and help me out.
Okay.